Everyone, I have immediately found out that we are having tech issues. I am your ghostess with the mostest, Amity Nemurou. Yoroshiku, yoroshiku. Look at that. See, we got the chat issue. Hello, Roll Chief. Hello, Shade. Hello, Fred. Let's see if we can get this sorted, shall we? Yabai to omoimasu. Yabai, 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 yabai. As you guys have probably guessed, I'm having the same problem, it seems. Could have sworn I got that sorted, but I guess not. Alright, let's see. I'm gonna double this. I'm gonna double some stuff. Let's... Okay, let's see if I can get this chat box rocking and rolling. Ah! Oh no, I grabbed myself! Ah! Where are you? Chat! No! Yabai! Oh! Yabai, 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 yabai. Maybe I just didn't get the link. Hold on. We're working on it, everyone! We're working! We're working so hard. Aw, Jeezy. Aw, Jeezy! ちょっと大変と思います。Casey! If you can hear me, I have a tech issue before you leave. どうしようかな、どうしようかな。Okay, okay, okay. Alright. Okay. Alright. Okay. This is bad. Yappe. Oh, jeez. And I woke up with the biggest headache. Oh, no. Wow. Okay. How are we gonna do this? How are we gonna do this, chat? How did Sianna fix this? Hello, teapots. Unfortunately, none can be seen at this moment because I'm having tech issues. Out the wazoo. Okay. Let's think. Okay. All right. In the meantime, everybody, tell me how your day's going, yeah? Tell me what you've been up to while I sort this nonsense out. At least the BGM is Cat Jam. Woo, thank you. I don't know what that means, but it sounds cool. Alright. I'm gonna see what happens if I do this. Yay! Alright, I might have to use a placeholder then. No problem. That's not what I wanted. I wanted this. Here we go. I'm gonna have to do some. Wait, I have actual here. I guess like our program or that thingy link that we use for chat has been a bit naughty these days, I suppose. New viewer, actually, thank you. Welcome. It's so good to have you. I'm glad this gets to be your first look at Amity Nemurou because my streams are nothing without let's go. Wow, ya bet. Okay. What will be our next crime? Our man in your thighs but guilty of. Ow! No crimes! We won't be the ones on trial today, I swear. You know, if we get to that point. Oh, jeezy, my head hurts so bad. Okay, where is it? Okay, where did I put it? Oh gosh, did I even save it? Uh-oh. We're gonna use a temp. You just shift all control. Brah! Yes, we're getting some behind the scenes here. Yay! It's so small. You guys are so small. Here, let's make you guys a little bigger. Let's make you guys a little bit bigger. Boop. Boop. I'm still in studio mode. Here we go. Oh, you're so tiny. You're so cute. Look at that. Okay, let's fix you guys just a little bit. I think my original was... let's try it. Let's see if this works. It was... numbers. Ooh, I can do math, guys. I'm so good at the math. We fixed it. So you guys are gonna look a little different today. A little different. Unfortunately, I think it just got worse, but that's okay. Scuff's what it's all about, baby. You're gonna make that fit a little nicer. Oh, you know what the worst part is? We're gonna have to do this on this. We're gonna have to fix this on the next one. Alright. How about we actually get over to the game room? Shall we just skip the pretense? Let's get into it. Solve some tech issues! Woo! Oh, yeah. Bye. Control Alt Delete V. Yeah! We did it! Woohoo! We're amazing. What can I say? Couldn't have done it without my polterguests. Thank you, everyone. Oh no, my lawyer badge or my lawyer brace came off there for a second. Got stuck on my sleeve. All right, who's ready to jump into some great Ace Attorney Chronicles? I know I am. Now we got all that tech nonsense out of the way. How's the volume, everyone? How's the volume? You doing okay for volume? I'm gonna turn down just a teeny bit. All right. Alrighty. So we're moving on to the next one. The Adventure of the Runaway Room. Case 3. Oh, I'm glad. Okay. Ooh, cutscene. You got your water, everyone? The Adventure of the Runaway Room. Oh, that's smart.
Glancing over my records of the late last century, I am faced by the events of a certain bitter winter.
Whoa.
A murder in a carriage as it sped through dense London fog in the dead of night.
I heard London fogs are delicious.
Though the victim and the perpetrator were the only ones inside, there were multiple witnesses to the crime itself.
Oh.
However, none could have imagined at the time that such a seemingly obvious case as this would end in such a horrendous manner.
Oh.
My friend, Mr. Herlock Sholmes, once said of the incident,
I believe that perhaps that case was indeed the prelude.
Oh,
the beginning of a long concerto that impressive Japanese student and I were to play together.
Whoa. I love that they make him sound so cool and got him with the violin. He's so suave. Nah, he's dumb. Woo! Look how cute we are!
Amazing. Is this really just a railway station?
Railway station or not, I've never seen such an enormous building
They're
before.
British!
And look at all the steam locomotives.
Oh, I love trains! Look at that.
This country is incredible.
Oh, look at this. The British. A British air. I'm sorry, British people. I'm butchering your beautiful accents.
I feel like I'm dreaming.
So this is the capital of Great Britain.
Look at him, he's so cute with his little hat.
Where to?
Oh, hello.
Where to?
Climb aboard. I'll take you wherever you want to go.
In that case, the Supreme Court in Whitehall, if you wouldn't mind.
My pleasure.
Yeah, here we go. Oh, I've always wanted to.
You're visiting students from abroad, eh?
I've always wanted to ride in one of these.
Thought so.
So cool.
Well then, I hope you enjoy your stay.
Oh, it's so cool.
And welcome to the centre of the world, Great Britain's mighty capital, London.
Yeah, it's about as smoggy as it was then. Are those giant gears? Oh my god, it's in the clock tower! February 18th, 9:21 a.m. British Supreme Court, Lord Chief Justice's office. Oh my god, it's in the clock tower! It's so cool! Wait a second. Chief Justice office? Big scary place? With 2 suits of armor? This is ringing some bells. I'm not doing a British accent for anyone other than Sherlock, I think. Unless the occasion is appropriate. Ah. What an incredible place! It's so imposing. It's almost suffocating. This place was breathtaking. It looks like a fortress. There are some stone buildings like this in Japan now, of course. But they've only been built in a few short decades since we opened our borders to the outside world. An authentic example like this has quite a different impact, wouldn't you agree? A far cry from when most of our buildings are constructed from. It's certainly unfamiliar. Wow. But I think there's more differences than just construction materials. Ho ho ho. What is this place again? This is the Lord Chief Justice's office, Nadahood-san. The Supreme Court of Great Britain. The Lord Chief Justice. We had instructions to report here at this time, if circumstances were different. We were supposed to let Lord Chief Justice know that we had arrived from Japan. But Kazuma can't. No. So instead, we are here in a different capacity. For those who don't know, Kazuma is still playing a really epic prank on us, where he's pretending to be dead. As envoys to report the news of Kazuma-sama's death. Is epic prank, I'm correcting you. Yes. And having delivered his or her message, an envoy's duty is done. So, we have to return to Japan. What about being lawyers? What happened to that? If we want to remain here in Great Britain, I have to take Kazuma's place as law student selected for the study tour. Yes, which means you need the prerequisite qualifications as a lawyer. Which is what I've been studying for. The bar exam! Here in Great Britain, it's the Lord Chief Justice who appoints lawyers. So that's the second reason why we're here. To have you officially recognized as a lawyer. It's the only way we'll be able to remain here in London. I hope I'm up to scratch. Good morning. Sorry for keeping you. I don't know what they sound like or look like yet. Oh! Oh. What should we make this guy sound like? Gotta go deep, I guess.
I trust you aren't too exhausted from your long voyage from Japan.
How's that?
Seems I'm in 1 hour, 12 minutes, and 47 seconds late. My apologies.
Still in denial that you killed Cosmos. You should be in denial because I'm denying it. It didn't happen, Blue Sky. Didn't happen. Oh, no, don't mention it. We're never happier than we are. We're never happier than when we're standing around doing nothing much to do. Those words confused me.
How fortunate. So, introductions. I am Male Strongheart, Lord Chief Justice of the British Empire.
Mile, straight, strong heart. He's got a strong heart. Ugh, I feel like a little mouse under an elephant's foot. Come on, Mr. Naruhodo, don't be a mouse. She can read our minds. Oh, it's an honor to meet you, Lord Chief Justice Strongheart. I'm Ryunosuke Naruhodo from the Empire of Japan.
Well, Mr. Naruhodo, welcome to London, the capital of our glorious British Empire.
Yes, thank you. I love the bombast. I want to examine quickly. I want to look around. Woohoo! Look at these menacing metal giants facing each other across the room. Our little book. I believe they're suits of armor. Oh, right. I thought maybe they were like lion dogs. They were like the lion dogs we have in Japan guarding shrine gates. No, not at all. In fact, in Europe, suits of armor like these are always possessed by evil spirits, you know. What? And they roam around in the middle of the night. Is this gonna be a case detail? Really? Is there nothing you don't know, Mrs. Otto? This book tells me everything I need to know about everything. If you're ever unsure, just ask. I love her. Where did she get that incredible tome? I hope it's a book of stuff she just made up. Candelabra. Just look at all these naughty books placed together on these shelves. It's naughty, not like naughty as in like, yeah, bye. They go from floor to ceiling. No, they don't. You silly. And they're all books that you couldn't hope to come by in Japan. It's like a dream. Yes. Very bad dream. They're not all about the British law either. These are books on the judicial system of other Western nations. France, Germany, Spain, Holland. What about Russia? Why do you ask? I was wondering about asking the Lord Chief Justice how you say wardrobe in Russian. What do you think? I think perhaps it's a thought best abandoned. That'd be very yabai collection. Gears. Brah! This is some kind of clock? Actually, I think we might be inside some sort of giant clock. Those gears are larger than anything you'd find on a steam locomotive even. It's eerie. You think clocks are some sort of a hobby of his? The Lord Chief Justice, I mean. Well, boys do often enjoy fiddling around with machines, don't they? I might be in Big Ben. I'm not sure you could fiddle with cogs that size, and I'm certain you couldn't call him a boy. Still, it's amazing how little noise the cogs make, considering how large they are. Yeah, the fact they make no noise is kind of crazy. It reminds me, though, of that one scene. Have you guys seen Lupin the Third and the Castle of Cagliostro? It is my favorite. It is my favorite movie. One of my favorites. I can't believe I never put that in my debut. We gotta watch that sometime, everyone. There's actually something quite soothing about the precise rhythm. I hope they're not making noise. I hate rhythmic noises. Well, saying I hate them isn't necessarily accurate. Oh, you should. It's so much fun! I think it's my favorite Lupin thing ever. I really like the characterization they chose for Lupin. He's more of like he falls in love with everyone instead of being like just pervert. And I kind of love that. I think it's cute. This must be the Lord Chief Justice's desk. I believe it's made of marble. Marble desk? Oh, that's so heavy. Looks more like an over-the-top tombstone that's toppled over to me. I think that's your fanciful imagination at work again, Mr. Naruhodo. I feel like everything that's normally made of wood and paper... I feel like everything that's normally made of wood and paper at home is made of bricks and stone here. I know. That's why this place feels so overbearing, I'm sure. Alright, anything else to look at? Any other things to look at? No. Let's talk to him. Welcome to London.
So, what are your impressions of our capital so far? How do you like London?
Well, help! I've been so nervous ever since I got here that I can't remember a single thing about the city! It's simply splendid, isn't it, Mr. Naruhodo? Oh?
Oh?
We had a wonderful view of some of London's streets and the carriage on the way here from the station. Everything is so impressive and grand. I must say I'm almost lost for words.
I'm glad to hear you like it. The city boasts tramways, piped water and gas, even cables supplying electricity.
Teabags! Yeah, bite, you baka. Sorry, that's my water bottle. It's a really big, heavy water bottle. Oi! Chotto! Baka.
We spearhead every revolutionary new technology in the world. Every visitor in London is astounded.
Oh yes, astounded is the word. Thanks for saving me there, Susato-san. And everyone seems so jolly and full of vigor.
Yes. There's so much excitement about the upcoming Great Exhibition we'll be hosting here in London.
Great exhibition?
Ah! Cultural and technological achievements from around the globe are to be exhibited here in our great city. We will be the greatest spectacle of its kind in history, and we will make Paris's World Fair look like a toy shop.
Ah! Gosh, I can hardly imagine how magnificent it's going to be. Ah, yes, the World's Fair.
Great Britain's capital city is nothing but magnificent. London is the center of the modern world.
Even if you do say so yourself. Thank you! I love voice acting, it's so much fun!
The sun will never set on our great empire.
Isn't that what they said about Rome?
Perhaps it is fate that in these progressive times, we welcome visitors from the land of the rising sun.
Well, that is kind of convenient. Law student! Lord Chief Justice, I think you were expecting a student of law for the study tour, weren't you?
Absolutely. Mr. Kazuma Asogi, if memory serves.
That's right.
The British government has already been telegraphed a full report on the situation. I understand the young man lost his life aboard the steamship bound for our shores.
That's amazing! The news reached him before we even arrived!
My country naturally extends its deepest condolences to yours.
Hi, Baku! Oh, thank you.
And you honored this appointment specifically to inform me of the news?
Thank you for coming, Blue Sky! Have a good one! Yes. We're here in the capital in the capacity of envoys from Japan to report the sad news in person. Alright. Just wait till we get more characters involved. It gets better. She doesn't mess up the voice. Ah! You jinxed me now, knock on wood.
They tell you Japanese people are people of protocol and courtesy, and I see that it's true.
He's nice to us.
And it is with some regret I must inform you that the death of the young lawyer means the study tour arrangement can no longer proceed.
If you would just hear us out, Lord Strongheart.
What do you have to say, madam?
I like that he, lets her talk. It's about the study tour. Mr. Naruhodo would like to make a proposal.
Would he now? Well, Mr. Naruhodo?
This is it then. The moment of truth. Let's do it! The thing is, Lord Justice, Lord Strongheart, I was wondering if perhaps you would consider allowing the study tour to go ahead.
Don't misunderstand me. Britain would ideally like to see the tour go ahead. But without a lawyer from your country, there's nothing to be done.
Well, in that case, what if there was someone else? Another lawyer from Japan, I mean. Aw, I'm glad you would never. What are you doing now? What are you turning your back for there, teapots? You got something on your face? Woo!
Is there something I don't know? Only a single lawyer was invited to Great Britain from your country. And that was Mr. Asogi. At least, that is what I've been led to understand.
The thing is... Oh, this really isn't going well at all. I just can't seem to find the right words to say this, man! Mr. Naruhodo! Would ruin things if I'm not careful. What am I gonna say? Is there someone else here from Japan? If there was someone else here, from Japan who would be described as lawyer, it's me! Watashi! Answer the test, yes please! It's me! I can do it! Dekiru yo!
Is that so?
Actually have any qualifications and such, but...
No qualifications, you say, and yet you still claim to be a lawyer.
I have acted as a lawyer in court before! Only once, as it happens. And I had Batsman help me, and I was the accused, but let's go for the details. I've been spending every spare moment on the journey here to Great Britain studying. I've learned all about British law and court proceedings while I was on board the SS Buria.
The voyage from Japan is some 50 days, I believe. Not what you might call a full education. To become a qualified lawyer here in Japan, not only do you need a university degree in law, you must also complete several years of training.
I realize it's far too short a period of time, but I can't just go back to Japan. Kazuma, Mr. Osogi's journey has only just begun. Coming here on this study tour was all he thought about. I have to carry on and do everything he planned to. I know it must sound like I have an overly inflated opinion of myself, but I would do anything to prove that I have what it takes. Any test you care to set me. Just one chance. That's all I'm asking for. Please!
31 seconds.
Sorry?
Your opening statement here, Mr. Naruhodo. It was 31 seconds long. Not too brief, not too protracted. A perfectly judged appeal, I would say.
I like this guy. I like his vibes.
Which is a skill that would stand you in good stead as a lawyer.
Oh, thanks.
So, you're willing to put those words to trial, are you? Well, I'm all for entertainment.
Oh.
Let me ask you one thing first, sir.
Yes. Oh.
You say you intend to do everything Mr. Asogi planned to do. Are you firmly set on that path?
Well, yes, that's my intention.
I see.
Am I imagining things? Or did his expression just alter a fraction there all of a sudden?
Very well. You have your wish. I'll give you a chance. A test to become a specially certified lawyer. Whether you pass or fail is entirely down to you.
Really? Yeah, baby! We're becoming a lawyer! So, what form will the test take exactly? Oh, it's cozy. Wow, that low voice makes my tummy kind of interesting.
Tell me, Mr. Naruhodo, what do you consider the role of a lawyer to be?
Well, defending people, of course.
Well said. So, let's have you defend someone.
Huh?
Your timing is perfect, in fact. There's an apt trial about to begin later today. No advocate has been appointed to the defense as yet, so this will be welcome news.
Today? Straight away?
If you manage to secure a verdict of not guilty, you'll have passed my test. One could be simpler.
Ugh, I don't want to get myself into these situations! Well, could I ask what sort of trial is it, Lord Strongheart?
That's a good question. Ah, I remember. It's a murder trial.
Ah! Why couldn't it be tax fraud? They're always murders. I kind of love that they're always murders. It's like you never have like Phoenix or Naruhodo-san defending someone because they like committed tax fraud. A murder?
An extremely simple case, I understand. You really can't lose.
That's easy to say.
But I should mention just in case. If the defendant is found guilty, he will, of course, be sentenced to capital punishment.
Uh-oh. For those who do not know, the capital is B for death. Ugh. Yeah, like that. Capital punishment? He'll be put to death?
Here in Great Britain, murders are sent to the gallows without exception.
Ooh, that's not a good,
Presumably you read that much in your short C-based introduction to British law?
We can't possibly agree to such a test. He would be toying with a man's life. Sorry, we would.
I am the Lord Chief Justice, and I've decided it's acceptable.
Ah, no. I take back what I said. Hi, Bio. Amity, I think you might be at the wrong stream, Bio. My name is Amity. I'm kidding. I'm sorry. I'm teasing you for typo. but you can't do that. Dang it.
There's no need to overcomplicate this. All you have to do is ensure that you don't lose.
So the defendant may live or die depending on how well I perform in court? If I lose, I'll be hanged!
Mr. Naruhodo, you've come to me claiming to be a lawyer. If you want me to take you seriously, you need to prove you're willing to do a lawyer's job. And you say you intend to see through the will of your compatriot, Mr. Asogi. I would like to understand just how far you're willing to go in order to make that happen.
Couldn't we, like, do, like, a pickpocket case? He's testing my resolve.
What's the matter? You've fallen silent.
Hi, Graham! We're in a pickle.
I'm sorry, but time is pressing. The trial begins shortly.
You said later today! You said later today! You said later! Later!
I need an answer from you now. What's it to be?
What do I say? Do I agree to this absurd test? Yes! I'll do it! For a boy! Alright then, if I have to give you a decision now, my answer is... I can't do it, I can't get the words out. Oh, you baby.
15 seconds. Your decision-making needs work if you want to be a lawyer. That was too slow. So, it's as I suspected, isn't it?
Sorry?
You have noble intentions but lack the resolve to see them through. The test is cancelled. Thank you for stopping by. Go and acquire your ticket for passage back to the east tomorrow. This conversation is over.
Ah! Yes, Lord Strongheart. Thank you for having me a chance. Mr. Naruhodo. I'm sorry, Mrs. Sato. What could I do? It's alright. I understand. You do? It's not an easy decision to choose whether to defend a man in these circumstances. But resolve has absolutely nothing to do with it.
Oh! What are you trying to say, madam?
I think what Miss Sato means is that no matter how badly I'd like to be recognized as a lawyer and stay here in Great Britain, to risk another man's life by treating his one and only chance at a trial so trivially, it would be utterly unforgivable, and I feel exactly the same way. I'm sure the defendant won't see this trial as a test, as some kind of experiment. I chose the wrong choice, but ultimately, yeah, that's a good point. This is a man's life. I was too flippant. As having lost my own, I've forgotten the value. A lawyer may fight for his client in court day after day. But for each one of those clients, a particular day they stand on the dock may be the only chance they have to fight to prove their innocence. No, I was wrong. I'm not qualified to do that job yet. I'm sorry for wasting your precious time, Lord Chief Justice.
Wait, Mr. Naruhodo.
Oh, is there something else?
It's approximately 20 minutes by carriage to Old Bailey from here. If you leave immediately, you should still be in time.
But I just said that.
I was quite serious in what I told you. The defendant in this case has literally no one to advocate for him.
What?
At this point, can't hope to find someone to represent him. The trial will begin without a defense. And if that happens, there's only one possible outcome. He will receive the most severe sentence the judge can pass down.
Ah! That's awful!
But that is the truth.
Why does it have to be like this?
Please don't expect an answer to every question. The cold, hard truth of the matter is that there is only one person now with a chance to save this man from a very miserable end. And that is you.
I'm really his only hope.
So, what do you say now, madam?
Me? What do you mean, Lord Strongheart? Sorry, I messed up the voice.
You said it wasn't an easy decision to choose whether to defend a man in these circumstances, and I agree. But in my estimation, it is pure and simple, only a matter of resolve. Our time is up here. I have a meeting to attend. I must leave in 2 minutes and 16 seconds. So, venture into the great city and enjoy yourselves.
Ah! Koi. Teapots, why? My thighs are not weapons. They're tools of good. I'm not good at sitting down when I'm tired. I'm very tired all the time. He's gone. Old Bailey. Thank you, Roti! Thank you! A raffle team, thank you! If we're going to do this, Mr. Naruhodo, we must leave at once! really want to do like a manga dub or something someday. To the Old Bailey! We hurry and catch a cab, we can get there! Hi, Ryak. Salvation. I'll take it. 18th of February, 9:45 a.m. Old Bailey Defendant's Antechamber. Use that. Oh. Hi! Oh, thank goodness we're in time. There's still 15 minutes until the trial begins. What? Never knew a horse-drawn carriage could go so fast. I thought my teeth were going to rattle loose. As you can hear Sianna outside. She's biting on a chew toy right now. I got the window open. You guys. You underestimate how easily embarrassed I am. Did you hear what I said to the driver when we climbed aboard? Get us to our destination in 5 minutes, driver, and there's a guinea in it for you. One of my favorite lines from the Harlock Shelm stories, and it worked quite perfectly. I'm not sure why you're so pleased. I thought we were going to die and we had to pay gold for the privilege. Well, at least we arrived here before the trial started. Yes, I suppose there's that. Anyway, I don't understand it. The court clerk said the defendant should be here, but there's no sign of him at all. What? Oh. So, this is the Old Bailey. Even this room for defendants is this room for defendants to wait in is grand. I didn't crush no one! I don't have the strength for that! Too squishy. Are you alright, Mr. Naruhodo? I'm feeling tense, that's all. This place gives me the same sense of foreboding that I remember from the Supreme Court in Japan. You guys are sweeties. An impressive air. Almost as if the building itself is going to crush whoever is about to be sentenced. Everyone brings up my thighs. I don't know why. There's nothing wrong with my thighs. There's nothing wrong with them. They're just leggies. They're just woo! They keep making fun of my sock. I lost the other one in the dryer. My ghost thighs can't hurt nobody. I'm innocent. Yeah, I'm just gonna wiggle back into place. Ah! Why don't they ever mention the sock? I don't know. You guys are the smart ones. Why don't you, huh? I'm too cute to do thinking right now. No, that implies you guys aren't cute, but you are cute. No, I'm not, I'd say so! You asked! They're rolling with it. Is this what Sianna meant when she said I should roll with the punches? Ah! Baka! 君たち、いえ、ちょっと違います。貴様たちはバカ。Alright. It feels like only yesterday that I was the one about to be crushed. Yes, whoever the man you're to defend is, I imagine he's feeling very alone at this moment.
Top of the morning to you, madam. Sir.
Whoa! Wait, what kind of accent is this? Oh!
What are you doing down? What are you doing following down here? Things are fairly desperate, aren't they?
I'm trying an accent. Let's see if it works. This man looks like a squished down and stretched out Willy Wonka.
Sorry? Would you look at those expressionless faces? You're from the East, are yous? Is it are yous? It's more of a Scottish accent. I'm not entirely sure. I'm not very good at accents.
We're from Japan, yes.
Ah, Japan, is it? Right, say no more. So? How much you need? How much you need?
No, we're just here because...
No need to explain, fella. I've been there myself, so I have. No place to go, nothing to eat, barely a penny to your name, and all the while in a strange, faraway land.
Well, actually, we haven't found a place to stay yet, so no.
Tis grand. Let me start by giving you 1,000 guineas. Say nothing now.
1,000 guineas? Please, Mr. Sato, don't have to shout. But 1,000 guineas is... It's enough to build an entire mansion in the most prestigious area in Tokyo. What?
Tis nothing to me at all. I like to ensure I have sufficient funds to weather the rainy day, you see. I have enough wealth to buy a city in London or 2, 3 times over.
I'm really not good at accents. That much rain? Can that much rain even fall in one day? Well, even so, we couldn't possibly such a large sum of money. Ah! Let me in the eye! You guys probably already know this, but it was a tradition back in the way backs in the Britons, for you to put coins into the eyes of the dead. Mm-hmm. That hit me in the eye. He's trying to send me to the ferryman.
Don't get me wrong, fella. I'm not giving you no strings attached. Well, they want me to do something for me.
Oh?
To be honest, it's a little embarrassing. Trial's about to begin, you see, and for me, a good self there. I'll be on the dock. So now, what I want you to do is come along with me. Stand right there beside. Officially, you'll be my lawyer, but that's just a little detail now.
Oh, well, the thing is...
Don't worry about the thing. All you have to do is stand up there next to me, nothing more.
Really? Thank you! I'm not gonna lie, I've been trying to practice a Scottish accent for like... 3 months. Yeah, this guy's our defense.
Otherwise, you see, trial's gonna start without me having any kind of representation at all.
So that was true.
The Lord Chief Justice wasn't just making it all up.
I'm terribly sorry to have to ask, but does that mean you're the defendant in this trial?
Bluster and blazes, dudes. Dudes not know who I am. Me, one of London's biggest names.
No, sorry. I've only just arrived in the city, you see.
You see? I suppose so. It isn't altogether impossible. Well, just next to Hyde Park there, in the centre of London, is another beautiful park.
Sorry? A park? What?
It is called McGilded Park. McGilded Park. Full of blossoming flowers and spring and singing birds and whatnot. Jojo posing. I donated it to the city, so I did.
An entire park in central London?
A city of smiles, that's my vision for London. There's nothing Magnus McGillen wouldn't do for the city and the queer old people.
You've been summoned, you don't know by what world. We were just talking about guineas and coins, and you are gold. That's amazing. I mean, really extraordinary.
Now they go to say I'm a good for nothing criminal. Me, Magnus McGilden. What is the matter with people with the London police, I ask you?
Alright, don't pass out. Mr. Naruhodo? Perhaps now would be a good time to introduce ourselves while the gentleman catches his breath. Good idea. Mr. Gilded, the thing is, we're actually in London to study British law. We're law students on a study tour for Japan, you see. So, if you don't have a lawyer for the trial yet, and you'd be happy to put yourself in our hands, we'll do our best.
What was I after saying, you daft idiot?
Oh.
I've given you 1,000 guineas to stand up there next to me, haven't I?
Well, yes, but I wasn't really offering to just stand up there next to you.
Whoa. Oh, I think I see what's going on here.
Sorry?
I know what you're thinking. This Chancellor of a fella claims they have more money than the Queen. But if that's true, why the blazes can he hire the finest lawyer in all of England? Because he did it, that's the only explanation. Well,
well... Not at all. Not at all. Although, it is a little strange, to be honest. Why don't you have a lawyer? Why you don't have a lawyer, I mean?
That would be the fault of the Reaper.
Oh, the victim is his lawyer. Oh, the victim is his lawyer. The victim is his lawyer. Call it now! Sorry, did he just say the Reaper? Guys, it was Clive Mori.
Aye, the Grim Reaper of the Bailey. Lord Barak Van Zykes. He's the prosecutor.
Uh-oh. Never mind.
Prosecutor is the Grim Reaper? When Van Zykes stands on for the prosecution, they call the accused to sacrificial lambs.
We got ourselves a Von Karma on our hands.
And to this day, in every single trial in which he's been the prosecutor, the accused has been damned.
I love this man's JoJo posing. What?
So it's reached a desperate situation where there's no one willing to stand in the defense of a fella at all. You could say he's a living legend of the Old Bailey.
Shit. Pardon my language.
Goodness. Barak Van Zykes. He must be an exceptionally talented prosecutor then. Talented isn't the word you're looking for, Matten. It's cursed.
Cursed? What on earth?
The defendant is summoned and his counsel.
Please make our way to the courtroom. The trial is about to begin. I was making the other one have a different voice. His counsel. That would be me!
Oh, it's time. Well then, Philip, don't let me down.
But I don't know anything about the case. You haven't told me what happened.
Until you showed your face here. I've made up my mind. So I had.
Sorry?
I've decided I have to defend myself in there.
How could that have worked? I mean, we defended ourselves.
Then you made an appearance. Student of law, wouldn't you? Wouldn't you know? 'Tis no accident, I can assure you of that. 'Tis fate. If you had the chance to change your fate, would you? Don't get
little bit now, please. Please, 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 please. I'm fixing my accent this week. You guys are watching me workshop accents. I literally know nothing about the case or about this man who stands accused. In fact, the only thing I do know is that I can't just turn my back on him. Does he have a little Pac-Man on his buttons? Mr. Naruhodo? The man has no one. He'll have to stand alone in that courtroom armed with nothing to defend himself. Yes, something that Cosmo would never have allowed to happen. Counsel for the defense, what are you doing? If you're late for the start of the trial, you will lose your right to stand. I'll be right here. I'll be right there. Let's go. It's happening then. My first trial in a British court. So we basically arrived in Japan. We're like, we want to be a lawyer. And they're like, okay, we're going for a test. This guy, you're going to go defend him. And we're like, oh, crap. And we got there. And the guy was like, I'm not telling you nothing, I guess, because he's very confused. It's okay. We don't know what's going on either. I hope you're watching over me, Kazuma. From your cool little cubby where you're hiding because you're sick, Frank. Because I have no idea how I'm going to manage this! Oh, I'm so excited to see what the judge looks like. Can you imagine if he just looked exactly like the real, like the usual judge? He's like a time traveler, just like really old. Oh. 18th of February, 10 o'clock a.m. The Old Bailey courtroom. This looks kind of like, is that a church? This looks kind of. Go have fun at work! Bye-bye! Thank you for popping by, Raya! It's like, I've only seen pictures of it, but it kind of reminds me of the Professor Layton Ace Attorney crossover. Oh, he's gonna plumb it. Whoa, we got a jury right here? This is new. So this is the highest court in Great Britain, the Old Bailey. The centuries of history in this place is palpable, isn't it? It's so different from the Supreme Court in Japan. It feels both imposing and serene at the same time. The atmosphere almost makes words redundant. Whatever the country, determining a person's guilt or innocence is always a solemn affair. May I say something, Mr. Naruhodo? Oh, yes, what? Your eyes look ready to pop out of your head again. I know, but I just can't help it. I love when we get to see him on screen. Ah! Ah! Oh, look at him, he's so cute! I didn't realize we were fighting against Dracula!
In the name of Her Majesty the Queen, I hereby declare this court to be in session. We are here today to determine the guilt or innocence of Magnus McGilded. Sorry, Mr. Magnus McGilded. I must be more polite than that. I now call upon the counsel for the prosecution and the defense to declare their willingness to proceed.
What kind of voice do I give this guy?
The prosecution is fully prepared.
That must be the Reaper of the Bailey. He really does look fully prepared to dispatch his next victim to the underworld.
Counsel for the defense, you appear to be Eastern. Do you speak English?
Huh? Oh, yes, of course, sorry. But he asked if the defense was ready. And I couldn't be further from ready when I tried. German, I don't think I can actually do a German accent. Oh.
Those eyes please me. Nipponese.
He looks like Von Karma and Edgeworth, like mixed into one. He's kind of cute. Look at this guy. Oh my gosh. He looks like if Hololai's Vesper Noir cut his hair and was a few years younger. Maybe deep British? We could try that.
They shroud no fear, no doubt, no trepidation. They run wild, clinging to some phantom notion of courage. He's the quintessential look of a sacrificial lamb.
Ah! This guy's scary! What? Ah! Cold shiver just ran down my spine all the way to the tips of my toes.
Now, Mr. Gilded? Yes, my lord. You stand accused of murder. Capital offense. Could be sent to the gallows if found guilty. Are you quite sure you wish to entrust your defense to this foreigner?
Hey! Shut up, Santa! You see your stupid hair?
As I've always said, my lord, it's a grand thing to give opportunities to the young. Even if the fella is a student of some little island, even if the fella is a little student of some little island within the Far East, is it not the British way to ignore the dangers to yourself and give those less fortunate a fair chance?
Okay.
I'd like to think that acts of chivalry do the great British Empire proud.
Listen to Mr. McGilden, what a fine gentleman London has in him. Did you hear that he donated 5,000 pounds to the grant into the government the other day? Mother, please, may we go play the McGilden part? It seems as though everyone in the public gallery is firmly behind Mr. McGilden. That's definitely welcome news, and he certainly has a way with words. I'm surprised he couldn't convince anyone to defend him. It's because we're dealing with Dracula! Let's go.
Eloquently put, Mr. McGilded. Most laudable sentiments.
I'm giving this guy a British accent too.
Now, ladies and gentlemen of the jury, I'm sure I need hardly remind you that you 6 members of the public have been selected for your impartiality. Are you ready to proceed? Yes, my lord! If the task is to send rotters to the gallows where they belong, I'm more than ready.
I couldn't help it.
At the manor, his lordship always says we should dispose of rubbish promptly. Naturally, I agree.
Ha! Any criminals here will soon be wishing they'd never set eyes on me. I feel a chill.
Oh, don't mind me, my dears. I'll just be getting on with my knitting. Must finish these mitts for my grandson. I think that's the best old lady voice I've ever done. I love this game. I love this game.
Mr. Naruhodo, those people are...
The jury, yes. Oh my god, it's so freaking hot in here right now. Ugh. It's real. We had a heat wave today, so the attic is filled with heat. Jury, yes. There is something we don't have in Japan yet.
That's right. I've only ever read about it. But here in Great Britain, the court's final verdict depends on the opinions of these 6 jurors. The judge passes sentences according to the law, but the jurors determine guilt based on common sense. So the defendant is ultimately judged from 2 completely different points of view.
But how exactly do the jurors give their verdict? Has to be unanimous.
That I don't know.
I have to turn off my fan or else my microphone picks it up. You know what? It's a heat wave. I'm gonna go turn it on. Chottomatte! That shit on high. Yeah. This is the problem with having a leather chair. Guys, stick to him. Ow! You guys hear that? Can you hear that? Can you hear the fan? Because if you can, fair. If you can't, then I'm keeping it on forever. I put it on high. I'm good. I'm good. Just a little, you know. Can't hear it? Wait. I'm gonna turn off the sound for a sec. Can you hear it? Can you hear it? Because if I can get away with this for streams, I'm gonna. Do you hear it? The fan. Alright, let's go back to the game. Hey man, look, here's the thing you actually should know about ghosts. That's a fun, fascinating fact. Hi, Shugo! Although we make the air around us cold, we ourselves are actually warm to the touch. Sounds like trying to drink a juice box. Okay, so it does sound like some people can hear it, some people can't. All right, no worries. I'll do like some tests after the stream if I'm feeling good. All right, back to it.
I'm sure it will become clear as the trial progresses.
Yes, the first trial.
Prosecutor Van Sykes. My lord. It's been a number of years since we've seen you here in the courtroom. I thought you'd renounced your fame. I'm known as the Reaper of the Bailey, my lord. Infamy rather than fame, I would say. But yes, 5 years have passed since I last spread my wings in this capacity.
Oh, he's so a vampire. Oh, this guy's 100% like a real vampire.
So, what brings you back? Is there some change of circumstance which the court should be aware?
He's got a little bit of a mullet going on.
I leave that to your imagination, my lord.
So the Reaper's been out of action for 5 years.
Why did he have to choose today of all days to make a comeback?
Don't lose heart, Mr. Naruhodo.
As you wish, sir.
Yeah, he is straight up a vampire.
The court nevertheless welcomes your return. Now then, opening statements, I think, the summary of the case, if you please.
Finally, we get to know what happened.
Certainly, my lord. As your lordship is aware, this is a case of overwhelming simplicity.
We must be the only ones here who aren't aware. Vampire versus Santa Claus. Well, the Santa Claus is as you know, a neutral party.
The incident took place in late evening, 3 days past. The hour was some minutes after 10. The victim was the maker of building bricks, known in the community as the thrice-fired mason.
Ah, because he fires them 3 times. Sorry, thrice?
He was a very accomplished craftsman. The bricks he fired were said to be almost indestructible.
Because he put him through the kiln a bunch. No!
The victim's corpse was discovered in an omnibus in service of the streets on the streets of London at the time.
I can read. I'm gonna take a sippy. You're telling me a thrice fried this rice? You're telling me a brick fried this thrice? Guys, I am so funny.
A dagger had been thrust into the victim's abdomen.
Quick ask if his garlic actually works or if it's just a ruse to make us tastier. I hadn't even considered that. Oh no, I guess I better stop eating garlic. Oh, but I love garlic so much. Oh, what a tragedy. I guess I'll have to just deal with it. Alright.
The dagger that had been thrust into the victim's abdomen is believed to have been the ultimate cause of death. Here's the autopsy report from the investigating medical officer in Scotland Yard.
Hey!
Thank you, counsel. I shall accept that and the photograph as evidence.
The autopsy report has been entered into the court record. I don't know why I'm like putting so much weird emphasis on words today. I'm just feeling the vibes. On the topic of vampires, though, you guys have seen Lady Dimitrescu, right? When I saw her design, I was like, okay. And then I saw she was 8 feet tall, and I was like, okay. Fun fact, if a vampire bites me, they do the dead. means you're poisonous! This is the so this is one little fact for everyone. A few fun facts for you. If it bites you and you die, it's venomous. If you bite it and you die, it's poisonous. So Zomatic is poisonous. We have determined this definitively.
And one further item of evidence. The prosecution wishes to submit these as well. And these are... Good lord! Is that blood, counsel? Yes, my lord. Seized by a policeman who arrived at the scene. These gore-soaked gloves were taken from the hands of the accused when he was arrested.
What? Mr. McGill, the gloves have blood on them. Yikes.
Yes, I will accept these as evidence as well.
The defendant's leather gloves have been entered into the court record. How did I get into this? Let's actually check out the court record. Here's my new armband. Yeah. Let's take a look at these. Thrice fired Mason, male. Time of cause of death, 15th of February, 10 to 11 p.m. Stabbed once in the abdomen with a knife while journeying in an omnibus. Died due to internal hemorrhaging resulting from the trauma. Oof. That must have been a slow death then. Because the knife is still in there, and he was stabbed in the gut. Gut death, real painful. Gut death takes a long time. Keep the knife in there, don't bleed out. It's in there for longer, you live a little longer. Let's give these a little look-see. Cringe behavior. This is definitely blood, isn't it? Might be. Give a little lick. Actually, let's get the prosecution to give it a little taste. He'll be able to tell us. Not the most pleasant sight to be confronted with on our first day in London. Well, nothing comes from grumbling now. No. By the way, is Mr. McGill right-handed? Yes, I believe so. He was toying with a coin in his right hand a little earlier. Huh. Pity. If only he'd been left-handed. I think the blood on either glove would be fairly incriminating, really. Alright. Back into a corner before I've even started.
Continuing. According to the driver of the omnibus, there were only 2 passengers traveling inside the vehicle at the time.
Only 2?
Obviously. One of those passengers was the deceased brickmaker, Mr. Mason.
Oh, his name's Mr. Mason because he's a mason worker.
The other...
Oh! Oh, that was a good point! Oh, look at this guy! Fancy.
was the accused, Magnus McGilded.
Oh, he's like gilded, like gilded, like gold. Yeah, it's a pun. It's a pun!
Well, rather damning circumstances to say the least. Defendant, what do you say? What say you?
Yeah.
Well, of course I have no recollection of such a thing.
Mr. McGilded!
To be sure, I rode the omnibus that evening. But whenever I'm in a carriage, I'm taken by a fierce tiredness and I always succumb to it. Are you claiming you to have been asleep? It is the motion of the carriage, my lord. Will it lilted, so it is. When I opened my eyes again. It was a desperate sight before me. The body of a man I'd never laid eyes on before in my life.
It is really hard to switch accents.
Now, excuse. What good-hearted soul wouldn't rush to have helped a fella bleeding from his stomach? I wasn't about to start wearing him the gloves now, was I? I reached out to give the man a hand.
So the blood got onto the gloves then after the man had been killed.
Unfortunately. That statement of the drivers is only the beginning.
Yeah, he's got a sick hat. What? It's not all of it.
There were multiple witnesses to the precise moment at which the Brickmaster was fatally stabbed.
Oh. I hope I can remember all the voices I gave all these characters. I don't think I will. That's a lot.
Order! 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 When the killing took place, only the victim and the accused were inside the carriage. And there were witnesses to the crime. This is not a case of compelling evidence. It's the nail in the coffin for the accused.
I love it. He's like, whoa. You think he's gonna go, blah! But he's like, whoa. God, I love this game. It's the details. As you probably, Raffle Chief, you've probably noticed I give Naruhodo-san just my voice, because that's the easiest to do. He talks the most. Only 2 people on the ride, but we have witnesses. Yeah, I'm calling bull, too.
Thank you, Counsel. Circumstances of the crime have been made quite clear. I think we will hear testimony from these witnesses first of all. Your wish is my command.
Oh, there we go!
Bailiff! Bring the witnesses in at once.
Thank you! Whoa! We have a lot of witnesses. Oh dear.
Witnesses, no names and occupations.
My name is... well, everyone calls me Beppo. I drive an omnibus in the East End.
First family. I'm a banker at the city.
My name's First. Lady First. I make hats for gents.
Aw, ladies first. Many hats? Very untrustworthy. They were in fashion. What is all those hats? What is this TF2?
Let's begin by confirming the facts. 3 days ago, at the short time after 10 o'clock in the evening, all of you present in the stand were in an omnibus and witnessed to the aforementioned incident. Is that correct?
Yes, sir!
Right.
Yes, sir, that's right.
I've already forgotten their voices.
Very well, let's proceed with your formal testimonies, please. Each of you will tell the court precisely what you saw.
I need to start, like, writing this down. What the witnesses saw.
It was the last bus of the evening, so I had a few customers. It went well.
The victim and the man accused of killing him was sat next to each other inside the bus. And out of the blue, the accused just reached over and plunged the knife right into his guts. This guy is now Australian.
That's right. He stabbed him. I screamed, I did. I couldn't help it. As soon as I had to scream, I stopped the bus, and then I saw it too. Unambiguous testimony, I must say.
Exactly, my lord. These men witnessed the incident with the omnibus with their own eyes.
I'd like to ask a question, if I may.
Yes, counsel?
Well, this testimony makes absolutely no sense to me whatsoever.
Why not?
Well, the incident took place inside a moving carriage, didn't it?
As has been clearly stated from the outset, yes.
Oh, well, in that case, how could those 2 witnesses have possibly seen what happened? There's no way they could have seen inside of the moving carriage. He's adjusting his hat so much.
Oh, quaint. I'd read that civilization in the Eastern Islands nations was a good century behind our own. But you're here in London yourself. Are you really so ignorant about omnibuses? Huh? Tell me, my Nipponi's friend, have you traveled in an omnibus?
I don't... no. We only just arrived this morning.
No matter. I've arranged for us all to see for ourselves. The actual scene of the crime, that is.
What? What do you mean? The actual scene? How?
The carriage is designed to be moved, after all. Presumably, you understand that much.
Oh, he's mean. Yes.
The omnibus in which this bloody crime took place is here today in this very building.
Here? What? The entire carriage?
Bailiff! Bring forth the stricken omnibus.
It's really there! Whoa! Ah, that looks so cool. God, I want to ride in one of those! So that's an omnibus. The omnibus. I can't believe they could bring something so enormous in here. Great Britain's courtrooms are amazing. Baker Street? Woo! Baker Street. That through the doors? Big doors. Look at those doors. Those are big doors.
As you can see, the omnibus is pulled by 2 horses and can carry up to 8 passengers.
Whoa-ho!
4 passengers seated inside the enclosed cabin, and another 4 on the rooftop deck above. Every Londoner knows that the best views of the city's architecture and sights are to be had from the top of an omnibus. And I should point out to our foreign guests that there's a skylight in the roof, allowing a view of the interior from seats above.
Ah, skylight. Oh!
The penny drops at last, I see.
Oh, they have those during Halloween hayride. Not luxurious, but close. Oh, I never get to go on those. I never cool ones. Never cool ones where I'm at.
These 2 gentlemen were occupying the rooftop seats on this omnibus when the murder took place. That is how they came to witness the grim incident. To the skylight.
That makes perfect sense.
Well, counsel, this is a first. In many years behind my bench, I've never experienced the crime scene itself being brought into the courtroom. There are a number of important clues remaining inside the carriage, my lord. I would like to submit the omnibus itself as evidence. That is the prosecution's wish.
Ah, look at his little way. I guess I did have to wear those stupid little head wigs. Oh.
Oh well. I see no reason why not. This omnibus is hereby formally accepted as evidence.
The omnibus has been entered into the court record. Let's go give it a look. I can't believe it. The entire crime scene entered as evidence. Let's give it a little look-see. Wow! Ooh, it's so cool! There it is. Whee! You can certainly see inside the carriage to this opening, that's for sure.
Yes, and there's a lamp in the enclosed cabin. So I'm sure the witnesses would have been able to see quite clearly.
That's not good for us. It's kind of like public transit. It's kind of cool that the rich dude actually, like, takes public transit.
Well, let's open the door and go inside, shall we?
The scene of a murder. It's horrible. Woo, boy!
That's blood soaked into the seat. The victims, obviously. Yes, and the scene would be clearly visible from the roof deck. Would you really stab someone in full view of other passengers like that, I wonder?
Not to mention, what's the motive?
Well, it was after dark. And there was a lamp on in here. So perhaps the culprit couldn't see anything outside through the skylight. Whichever way you look at it, it doesn't seem like it was a planned attack. Ooh. This seat looks reasonably soft, but it's actually rather hard when you sit on it. Still only wide enough for two gentlemen to sit side by side, really. Of course, an English gentlewoman would be dressed in such finery. It would be quite possible for her to climb up to this roof deck, so she would have to be seated in here. A woman in a kimono would have the same problem. Women's clothes are really impractical, aren't they? Yeah. 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 Ooh! Ah, that's the poster for the great exhibition that's due to start 6 months from now. There's a lot of focus being drawn to the Crystal Tower and the centerpiece of the whole exposition. Oh, the Crystal Tower! It's under construction already, I believe. People all over London must be fizzing with excitement at the prospect of such a grand event. Huh? It's quite a large skylight, isn't it? Yes, quite large enough to afford a good view into the cabin of the roof deck. And there doesn't appear to be any handle or catch of any description. So I suppose it can't be opened from the inside of the cabinet at least. What's this? Ah, that's the poster for the great exposition that's due to start 6 months from now. There's a lot of focus being drawn to the Crystal Tower, the centerpiece of the whole exposition. Oh yes, we already know that one. Yeah, we already know that. Lamp. What up? What are those? What are those? Door. Have you seen enough? Let's step back outside then. Can't think of nothing. That was the coolest bout of examining I have seen. Oh, this is the, that's the cart shaft. I don't remember what all the things are called. I used to know the pieces of carts really well. So this is the roof deck for the omnibus. Oh, the Tokyo Tower is so cool. I love Tokyo Tower. If you guys ever have a chance to go, it's a beautiful sight. Go on a clear day. Nice clear day, preferably after it's rained. You'll be able to see Mount Fuji. I never got to see Mount Fuji up close, but that's okay, because I'm gonna go back someday. Oh, you must have a wonderful view of London streets from up here. So people sit all the way up here on bitter winter nights with the cold air rushing past them? And they have to pay money to do so? Oh, I did it! Fuji-san. I don't get a chance to peruse Twitter that much. I got too much of it. Not to mention, the algorithm is confusing to me. I see things from weeks ago, even though it's freshy. I don't understand it. I can't imagine how cold it must feel. That just made me think of something horrible. Can you imagine being dragged around the city in the freezing cold as a punishment? Perhaps that was the real price you pay to stay out late. Did we already click that? I think so. Wait a second. That does sound sus. You know this is the kind of detail that they put in for a Japanese audience? Because, like, they might not, like, recognize the name Phoenix Wright. Wait, do you think this is actually... Oh, wait, that's right, because no, that's a different... He has a different name in Japanese. I'm gonna have to look into this to see if this is, like, from the original translation. If this is, like, something that the original devs put in, or if this was put in the translation, because that is amazing. If it's like part of the base game. I think that'd be really cool. Like, what a cool nod. I should watch the retrospective on the Ace Attorney franchise. They talked a little bit about the names that they were gonna choose for Phoenix. Originally they were gonna go with Roger Wright because, you know, Naruhodo,
Like, people say that a lot, like, oh, yes, I see. But then they can say right, so that's why they got right from, but they're like, Roger Right kind of sounds like Roger Rabbit. It's so cool. So then they went with Phoenix, because he's always rising to the occasion, or something like that. They also liked how it sounded, and I liked how it sounds. Phoenix Wright, Ace Attorney. That's a cool name. Back to it. All right. Yes, Great Britain is simply extraordinary. I can help myself a lot by giving that omnibus thorough examination, seeing as it's clear.
Let us continue with proceedings, then. You'll cross on that examination, Counsel.
Well, then who framed Roger Right? Ah! Actually, does happen in the second case of the first game. Technically. I know I've already played the first game and the second game, and I know a lot about them, but I would love, after I'm done with this game, to go on to the trilogy and just get all the way through all of the Ace Attorney games. I love Ace Attorney. I mean, who does? You know? I forgot to read his lines.
Pray don't expect this Nipponi stray to understand the intricacies of a British court's cross-examination rights.
Alright. My first cross-examination in a British court. Focus, Ryunosuke! Focus! What the witnesses saw. We're gonna press everything!
It was the late mass of the evening, so I had a few customers. I remember it well.
Hold it!
Yes, I think it was sometime after 10, was it?
Yes, sir, that's right. It was so cold. It was freezing, in fact.
Now these guys have nothing to say. And you had 4 passengers on board at the time, is that correct? Never played the newer games. I played like the first 2 in Apollo Justice. I've never played Apollo Justice, and I really wanna. And I know there's like one that's like, it's like about, it's about Edgeworth, and I really want to play it. I know some people are like, it's big, but I want to play it.
Yes, that's right, sir. Not all traveling at the same part of the bus. Of course, no. And there were no other passengers in when the incident took place. No one alighted, for example. You're quite right, that is, no passengers at the time. Like that, no, none.
I can talk so good. So nobody fled the scene of the crime, then?
I have to say, the boss insists on running it. He does every evening in the last bus of the day. But I do wonder sometimes if it's altogether worthwhile. Yes, sorry to say.
Yay, thank you! I actually did a watch-along of my debut if you want to watch that instead. My voice sounds so different in my debut. It's wild! What do you mean by that?
Well, with being so cold and everything, and only making 20 pence on the run, you see.
You!
Yes, I spent much on the pub on the way home, just trying to warm up again.
Poor guy. The victim and the man accused of killing him was sat next to each other inside the bus. Bit. Wrong button. I had the same problem when I had the same problem when I was watching. We sat next to each other. You saw them through the skylight on the roof of the carriage? That's right. You set up the top deck. The window's right there at your feet. Wait, did you say sat next to each other? There was a lamp on inside. Got a pretty good view. They were next to each other. That's a different guy. That's a different guy. The 2 of them were wearing hats and couldn't exactly make out their faces.
But there's not a shred of doubt in my mind that was Mr. McGilded.
How can you be so sure?
Well, how can I put it politely? Mr. McGilded is a gentleman of a rather small stature. Couldn't have mistaken him for anyone else. Let's not forget when the vehicle came to a halt, and the only people inside the enclosed cabin were the deceased Mr. Mason and Mr. McGilded. There's no room for doubt here.
I really wish there was.
Then out of the blue, the accused just reached over and plunged the knife right into his guts.
Hold it!
What?
You actually saw the exact moment it happened.
Didn't I already testify to it?
Why you fed dinkum hard-working city bankers considered trust?
Are a fed dinkum hard-working city bankers not considered trustworthy these days?
I got some bad news for you, dude. Nope.
Oh no, I didn't mean that.
This is not good.
Really got his back.
Perhaps you could just tell us what you saw in a little more detail if that's...
My lord. So number 3. What's the meaning of this?
Stream dead? What? No! Ah! Da da da. No! Stream dead? We okay? My chat disconnected for a bit there. There we go. Nami Bus is in. We're talking with the witnesses. We've just been interrupted. My mind is made up, my lord. Completely and utterly made up. Made up about what? I don't like the stinking rich. Never have. They're always up to something or other when they shouldn't be. Every one of them. You look rich yourself, sir. And that little leprechaun of a man is no exception. Well, he can't fool me. Yo! What? There's no point wasting time listening anymore of this. That's my opinion on the matter anyway. Hold it! That's precisely what I was about to say. As a foreman of the jury, it's my duty to see to a good example of my fellow jurors. No! Don't do that! Don't put the realistic fire! What's happening here? Nani?
Let me see. Yes, it seems that that's how members of the jury give their verdicts.
With fire?
Apparently, yes. White for innocent, and black for guilty. And the 6 members of the jury make up their minds about the case. One by one, they each cast a ball of fire into the great scales of justice, just as we saw a moment ago.
Question! Shouldn't there be an uneven number then?
So if those enormous scales fall completely to the black side, does that mean... Let's do our very best to make sure that doesn't happen.
Ugh, I'm even more worried than I was before. Very well. The court acknowledges the change in the jury's stance.
You don't remember learning about this in English common law? No! Honestly, I never took law, but, you know, I hung out in the law department every now and again. I don't remember anyone saying nothing about fire. I didn't know court was this cool. Whoa! That's true. I guess the judge, yeah, would be the one. I thought the judge was just supposed to be an arbiter that's like, hey, everyone shut up and listen. I don't really know much about law. But I think you're right. I think you're right, Fred. This is a nightmare.
That's right, he stabbed him. I screamed, I did, I couldn't help it.
Let's press it. He stabbed him, you say, and you were sitting up on the roof deck, were you?
Yes, that's right, sir. I was up on the roof seats. I remember seeing the little gent sitting next to the fellow that was stabbed. I've been thinking about the new hat design, you see, so I was just gazing absent-mindedly around. But then I happened to look through the skylight. It was sticking right out of his belly, that huge, great knife. Grim sight indeed.
Ah, that didn't help me at all. Wah. The jury looked like they're even more convinced by my client did it than they were even before.
That appears to have made everyone even more dubious than Mr. Gill is telling the truth. If only we had some evidence to counter their suspicions.
Mr. First.
Oh, yes, sir!
Is this the knife you saw?
Oh, good grief, yes, that's it! The very one, sir!
Wait. Yeah, no, that's nice, yeah.
Is that...
Yes, Counsel. This is the blade that was driven into the victim's belly, like a stake through the heart.
You'd know something about that, wouldn't you?
That is a blade of considerable size, Counsel. It is. Furthermore, the scabbard is emblazoned prominently with a certain initial. The letter M, which seems oddly familiar.
Ugh, please no.
M for Magnus, or McGildas, possibly. Take your pick. It seems this particular big name in London made a magnificent mistake.
Objection!
Smack. But there are M's everywhere. Mason, like, yes, like in Mason.
Objection!
Whoa! I guess I wasn't off with the voice there.
This blade is far too extravagant for a poor brickmaker to have owned. No, this weapon of murder most certainly belongs to the accused.
Ugh.
Not conclusive, but certainly compelling, Counsel.
The murder weapon has been entered into the court record. The largest knife that was found lodged in the victim's abdomen. Its quality and fancy adornment suggest it must be quite valuable.
My lord, if you'll forgive the interruption.
Ah, juror number 2, go on.
Mr. McGilden is a pillar of society and a gentleman. And gentleman's word should be sacrosanct. Sacrosanct? However, those of us in service know we must accept hard truths.
Wait, what are you about to do?
Dispose of the rubbish.
No!
I don't wish to cause offense, but I do like to eradicate all traces of filth and grime.
Oh, that!
I have painstakingly typed every word uttered here today and cross-referenced all the facts. As such, I am now in a position to draw the only logical conclusion.
No! Not again.
That's 4 out of 6 jury members who proposed a guilty verdict. There are only 2 left.
We've had it. Every time I press these witnesses for more information, I just make the situation worse.
Nevertheless, what we need more than anything in the moment is more information. We're still very much in the dark.
I suppose I'll just have to keep pressing the witnesses, knowing that more sparks may well fly.
We mustn't give up hope that we'll uncover something that will give us a way to fight back. But... Alright. I'll keep trying. I can't give up. I just need to keep calm and listen to the witnesses' statements again. As soon as I heard the scream, I stopped the bus, and then I saw it too.
Hold it!
Hold it! What exactly did you see? It was that passenger, sir. It certainly collapsed on the floor. He was... Wait a second. Chocolate! Collapsed on the floor? And by the passenger, obviously you were referring to the victim, Mr. Mason, the brickmaker. Yes. Oh, and the other passenger had the knife in his hand like this. And the other passenger, obviously you were referring to the accused, Mr. Magnus Gilbert. And the passenger plunged down like this, so stabbing the other passenger in the belly. What? Contradiction! My lord, I wish to speak. I'm gonna give him a southern accent. Yes, Joe, number 5. Do I take it that you too? As the master of the London Guild of Coachmen, the idea of the murder being committed on one of the city's carriages is utterly abhorrent to me. It wouldn't be right to make a decision before hearing all the facts, though, I said to myself. But I've heard enough now. The horse is bolted, as they say. No, please, just keep it open, my little... Gee up now, Silver Blaze! The sun finishes in sight! I was right to give him this voice. Yeah, bye! Beppo is a long-standing member of the guild, and I trust what the man says. Oh, thank you, sir. It's too kind, sir. Yeah, he's biased. This is too unkind, sir. Which now means that 5 jurors agreed to condemn this man. Oh, it's on you, lady. Woo! Madam Juror number 6. Yes, dear. What can I do for you? You have heard the testimonies of the witnesses at the stand. Oh, yes. I certainly have. Still got my hearing, you know. Then pray tell, why are you yet to pronounce your leaning? Well, dear, the thing is, I'm a creature of habit, me. I always go to the park around this time of day and sit in a nice bench and get on with my knitting. There's a lovely little park just here near where I live. The Gilded Park, it's called. Well, the gentleman donated it to the city, you know. Put a smile on Londoners' faces, he said. Can't imagine such a fine young gentleman to have it in him to take another man's life. Yeah, yeah. He's always doing wonderful things for the city. That's right, and I like that when stab someone, surely. Oh, then maybe we go to the Gilded Park Public Library after and borrow some more books. Whoa! How many Londoners live with their heads in the clouds? Do you people not know? What kind of a man this Magnus McGilbus really is? I just realized this man of ours has a big old scar on his face. What kind of a man is he? A philanthropist. The philanthropist Magnus McGilbert has enough wealth to purchase the entire city he claims to value so highly. But where did all that wealth come from? Your client is a Shylock, sir, and one with the very darkest of souls. What? Stone the crows. McGilbus lends money to extortionate rates of interest, so his victims have no hopes of repaying him.
When they default, he takes possession of everything they own. He is a vulture that preys on the weak.
I've never heard any mention of that before.
Your faculties haven't deserted you, I'm sure, madam. So has this thought not crossed your mind? Would a man so wealthy enough to buy the city of London in its entirety not have a carriage of his own?
Yeah, I was wondering about that. I thought he was just taking public transit.
What possible reason could this man have to make use of a public omnibus service?
You're not saying that.
The victim, a poor brickmaker, had next to nothing to his name save considerable financial liability. It will come as no surprise that his creditor was the accused, Magnus McGilded.
I'm glad you like Van Syke's voice. I liked it a lot too. I thought it was fun. It's very different from my usual ones. That's really fun.
But let it also be known that the very day Mr. Magnus was killed was the final repayment day for his debts. Good gracious! The brickmaker was destitute. He had lost his house. He had not a shilling with which to repay his debts. And in the end, this pitiful soul had the very last thing he owned taken from him, his life. By the merciless philanthropist pretender, Magnus McGilded.
Why not hire someone else to do it? I don't believe it.
Hold it! If I might add something briefly.
Mrs. Sato?
You claim that the victim had been lent money by Mr. McGilded. But where is the evidence to support your claim?
Wait, where'd those come from? I don't think that's wine.
Pray forgive the discourtesy of filling my hallowed chalice in the court of law.
He is a vampire! I'm just... Guys! Drinking on the job! Aha! There it is! Lord Van Zyke's hallowed chalice. How can this be considered acceptable? I kind of want to slur his speech now.
But I found myself unexpectedly good humor.
Okay, be serious, be serious.
But I found myself in unexpectedly good humor. I had heard ladies from the far east could show great courage, but I didn't expect to experience it myself.
Ah! Dang, he's a little bit of a charmer.
As a judicial assistant to the defense, I'm simply doing my job.
What a pity that your display of courage is in vain. This is the debtor's ledger, which details all monies loaned by the accused. You will find the victim's name clearly recorded inside.
Oh, well, hey, it's good that he presented the evidence, because, you know, you can't make claims and not have evidence.
Allow me to present this ledger as evidence.
Damn! Look at him go!
And pray forgive the discourtesy of raising my chalice and toast to the enigmatic East at the same time.
Dude, you gotta get your head out of your butt about the whole "you're from the East." Ooh, how weird. It's not that big of a deal. It's fine. You're being weird. You're being weird! He's being weird about it. Dude probably never leaves his house. He's probably just been, like, sitting in his bathroom for, like, 5 years, just, like, crying in the tub. I don't know, he seems like the kind of guy who'd do that.
A marvelous toast, Counsel. I will gladly accept this new evidence.
The debtor's ledger has been entered into the court record. Let's check it out.
Ah, yes, 20 guineas. The victim owed a considerable sum.
I want to check this out myself. Ooh, I have a book that latches like this.
His portfolio must contain all sorts of secrets of London's gentry. Oh dear, you really think we ought to look inside?
He's just napping. He's probably just like drinking in his coffin. And he's like, well, here's to another 5 years. Gulp. Well, it's not as though we know any of London's gentry personally, is it? Apart from the great detective friend, perhaps. Actually, I wonder. I assure you we will not find Mr. Sholm's name inside. I hope we do. Oh, that'd be so funny. Oh, let's see what we find. Woo! Gosh, it's crammed full of gentlemen's names, isn't it? Well, I suppose they're not all gentlemen at all, are they? After all, not everyone in this country is well off. Oh, goodness! What is it? Look at this! Do you see this name here? Bruce Fairplay. Should that mean something to me? It does sound strangely familiar, actually. Bruce Fairplay, the witness testifying at this very moment! Oh, yes, of course, the banker! Why is his name in here? He borrowed 20 guineas, did he? And look, the repayment date is fast approaching. It's possible that this is just a coincidence, of course, but this could be very useful information. He wants him dead because he's got a debt to pay! Spring has his head wipe away the debt. Get it? I was making it. It was a BioShock 2 reference, but I changed it. Very clever wordplay, not for everyone. Big brain. Big brain. Is that everything? Okay, yeah, I already saw that. I thought I would say something different.
And the accused made quite certain that he had ample recompense.
Well, it would seem I've had the wool pulled over my eyes.
Regrettably, madam, that is the modus operandi of the accused.
Oh yeah, BioShock Infinite. I'm so dumb. I forget the BioShock 2 is just like, it's also in Rapture. I forget that all the time. It's a different game. It's a different game. BioShock Infinite, the one that takes place in Colombia. In the sky. I love Skypunk. And it's such a pretty little park too. What a scoundrel. No! Still. Maybe it's all for the best. Well, wait a minute! Let's think about this a little more before... I don't stand for nonsense! I'm sorry, that was such a funny cut. That was it. The last juror's decision. She's just flippy. According to this Encyclopedia of British Law, when all members of the jury have concluded that the defendant is guilty, court proceedings are suspended, and the presiding judge will deliver the final verdict and sentence. I thought you left, Raya! Why? You just found a mean. The final verdict. It's over then. Songbird plushie? Oh, that's cool. Ooh, a Vigor keychain. That's sick. Came back because you're a little too early to work, huh? Ah, that's fair. Well, welcome back for the time being. Oh. There's a footnote, though. Footnote? However, the defense...
All 6 members of the jury are now in agreement with this case. Allow me to convey my respect for your swift and righteous decision. according to the laws of this country, I will now conclude the trial. Delivering my final verdict. I trust there are no objections.
Mrs. Adams, tell me one thing. Oh? Yes? You were in the middle of saying something before. Footnote in your Encyclopedia of British Law. However, the defense... what did it say next? Oh, yes. Of course. One moment. When all the members of the jury have concluded that the defendant is guilty, court proceedings are suspended and the presiding judge will deliver the final verdict and sentence. And then the footnote says, however, the defense has the right to demand a summation examination of the jurors at this point. Summation examination? No, I'm not guilty! It wasn't me! My thighs are not a weapon!
Objection!
They're not strong. Ah!
A summation examination. From which century was that tome you have been resurrected?
Ah!
Judging from the binding, I would say that book is at least 50 years old. Any modern text of British law wouldn't even give such an antiquated procedure a mention. It's a relic, long forgotten, and certainly no longer practiced.
No, I didn't! Plus it was a knife.
So you're out of luck.
Oh. What even is it, Mrs. Sato? So-called summation examination. Oh, one moment. I'll read about it.
You would demand the right to a procedure before you even understand what it entails. Typical Nipponiese.
Dude. I bet he's never met a person from Japan before. He's just like, yeah, I'm guessing. But no! I can't. No! This is perjury! I demanded summation of the examination of the witness. Alright, Mr. Naruhodo, I think I understand. It seems that under this procedure, we would be able to appeal to the members of the jury. To do that, what exactly? We were as prepared as we could be. Appeal to them to change their learning and reverse their decisions. It says here that if successful, the proceedings of the trial must be resumed. Make them reverse their decisions.
Yes, in times gone by, barristers would use a summation examination to attempt to influence the jury's decision. But the procedure became something of a formality with no practical benefit, really, so it rather fell out of use.
I wonder why.
Because it was devoid of purpose. Changing just one member of the jury's mind would be hard enough, let alone several. No self-respecting defense barrister would even assert his right to try it in this day and age.
Good thing we're not self-respecting! Ayo! I don't see any mention of the procedure actually being formally revoked.
What are you suggesting?
I'm suggesting that although it may be antiquated and largely forgotten, it isn't yet extinct. Why am I on trial? What do you think, Mr. Naruhodo? A summation examination. Our last possible option. Do we assert our right to carry out or admit defeat? Let's assert our right! Don't squish me cheeks! The defense wishes to assert its right to a summation examination, my lord.
Objection!
London is the capital city of the most powerful nation on earth. You have the duty to the world to exemplify the very highest standards of judicial procedure. Summation examinations are an embarrassment that should remain buried.
Objection!
But if it's
our right. It's our right. I believe it could prove vital in this trial.
The defense's petition is perfectly valid. The court will proceed with a summation examination. This is madness. Woman, are you and the remainder of the jury ready?
Eh? Well, I'm not. There's no mention of this in the letter I received, if you say so.
All members of the jury will be asked to explain on what grounds they have reached their decision.
On what grounds?
You must all justify your decisions and explain why you believe the defendant to be guilty.
Well, my lord, you're rather putting this on the spot.
This is most irregular. No mention of this was made before.
I don't really hold with all that justifying work.
It seems to have thrown the jurors off.
Hey, Wallace! Thank you for the head pats here.
It seems none of them have experienced this before.
All right, then, the summation examination. The defense procedure no practicing lawyer has attempted for years, is it? I mean, just maybe. It might be the opportunity we've been looking for to turn this trial around.
So be it then. Ladies and gentlemen of the jury, the court hereby calls upon you to state the grounds on which you find the defendant, Magnus McGilded, guilty of the most serious crime. Yes.
No, I'm not guilty! On what grounds? On what grounds? The jurors' contentions.
There was no one else inside the carriage at the time, so it has to have been.
I trust the driver. He has an excellent memory, it seems. 4 passengers with fares totaling 20 pence.
He stuck the chap next to him like this. Brazen, I must say, absolutely brazen.
I have simply typed and collated all the statements made thus far and drawn a logical conclusion.
Oh god, I did this one. You could... How do I do a southern accent? You can trust the guilt. Fair's our motto. Haven't raised prices above 4 pence in years. A scoundrel stabbing that poor man on the floor. It beggars belief. Everyone keeps saying the floor. He wasn't on the floor. I'm starting to wish I hadn't pushed for this now.
Some of the jurors don't seem to have wonderfully formed arguments, do they?
Do they? I can speak. Sentence to cuddle puddle with all of us. Oh no! How terrible. Oh no. Cuddle puddle. Let's see what we can do. We need to get 6 people to change their minds. I'll have to throw everything I can at them and use some very persuasive language.
Just a moment, Mr. Naruhodo. According to my book, that's not quite how it works.
Huh? Though I was going to have to thaw their icy mind, I thought I was going to have to thaw their icy minds with some heartwarming rhetoric about the defendant.
Unfortunately, once the jurors have decided the defendant is guilty, they're unlikely to heed anything the defense says.
But then... Ah, you like my round. Oh, you're only 2 inches tall! There's lots to cuddle. A thigh stream? What? No! Ah!
They've reached their conclusions by their own reasoning, you see. Your pleas will sound like excuses. In fact, it could recoil on you. The more you try to persuade them, the more entrenched they may become.
Big cuddle puddle, I guess is going on. What on earth am I supposed to do?
Oh dear. I'm just citing what I've read about British law, Mr. Naruhodo.
Right, I'm sorry. Do you have any idea how to make this work then? I actually said this earlier. Ghosts, we have, like, cold air around us, but we ourselves are warm to the touch. Oh, no touchy! No touchy. What was that? What was like... it's a Wink song. Something. Da 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 da. Look all you want. Just don't touch the hair. We are the Winks. We are the Winks. We are the Winks. Aww. You fought because of my laugh. Aww. No! Yuck! Well, I guess no call for you guys' safety or whatever. Sucks for you, yeah. Well, from what I can understand, the key to this procedure is using the jury's own words to make your own arguments. What do you mean? Well, the 6 members of the jury are randomly selected members of the public. They may appear to present a united front, but the truth is, they are complete strangers who happen to find themselves here in the courtroom together. And that's the way to break them down. And that's the way to break them down, you mean? Yes, exactly. We must listen carefully to what each member of the jury says, and see if we can identify any contradictory statements. If we can, then we can then contrast the statements and pit the corresponding jurors against each other. I see, so it's contradictions in what 2 or more jurors say or what we're looking for. In a way, then, this is similar to regular cross-examination. Oh, yes! I suppose you're right! Find contradictions in their statements and pit the jurors against one another to break them down. Alright? I might be able to pull this off. No, that's not right. I have to pull this off!
Can we start the proceedings, counsel? I ask you take the stand for this. I'm expecting you to, I'm expecting a clear and concise rebuttal.
Yes, my lord! Ooh, we're gonna be on the stand. Jury examination. The defendant's rebuttal. There was no one else inside the carriage at the time, so not moving him. I trust the driver. He has an excellent memory, it seems. 4 passengers, with fares totaling 20 pence. Wait a second. 20 pence? Wait a second. This guy said something about 40 pence.
You can trust the guild. Fair's fair is our motto. We haven't raised the prices above 4 pence in years.
Here we go. Let's see what happens. Those 2 statements clearly contradict each other.
They do. Explain yourself, counsel.
Still need to look into this whole YOKAST thing. Yeah, go check out my Genmates. They're great. We've got Sianna Fangari, our werewolf bodyguard. She's so cute. She's great at rhythm games, too. We have Caecus Griffin. He's our invisible man. He's a little shit, and he might be losing his mind. We'll see. That remains to be seen. We've got Romeo Marrow, our Frankenstein's monster, and our resident scientist. He's so cute! And we have Itsi Karakurt, the princess, and the Jodogumo, the actual only yokai of YOKAST. She is lovely and silly and cute. They're all great. Please go give my Genmates a look-see. It's great to have. Yes, I do have Genmates. I am of YOKAST. Gen Scary. It's spelled S-C-A-R-I because it's all of our names. Sianna, Caecus, Amity, Romeo, Itsi. Scary. Go check them out. They're amazing. Scary, not like with the Y, with an I more. We are hopefully the first of, well, we hope in the future to have more gens, but of course the future will see. But I'm really happy. I love my Genmates. They're great. I just had to guys spend them for a second. You should check them out. I love them. Sounds good. Sounds good. Absolutely. Me. Oh dear. What have I said?
I swear on Silver Blaze's maiden name, I have the first idea what you're talking about.
According to the group testimony we've heard so far, there would be 4 passengers on the omnibus on the night in question. And according to the coachman, Mr. Beppo, he took 20 pence in fares. Quite right. I have those precise details. Oh wait, quite right. I have those precise details typed neatly here in front of me. And juror number 5 also said told us the following. The fare for the omnibus is always 4 pence.
That it is. Fair and convenient single price. Just the way London's carriages should be operated.
But that doesn't add up at all. In fact, it leaves a glaring discrepancy in the facts.
Why, man, why?
4 passengers paying 4 pence each. If you do the multiplication, that would be 16 pence. Exactly. As I said, it doesn't add up. The figures are different. By 4 pence, in fact. Or precisely 1 person's fare. 1 person's fare? Yes, in other words, on the omnibus that night, it's distinctly possible there was another passenger we've heard nothing about. Good gracious! I did not expect this. This can't be right. The coachmen of the guild are good, honest men, one and all. Trustworthiness is our watchword. The figures your coachman claim most certainly do not add up. Watchwords, good sir, is a fallacy. I beg your pardon. Mr. Guildmaster, I think you ought to consider that if this trial were to end now, the news will surely spread all over London. The news that one of your coachmen tried to hide the fact that he's let nefarious characters ride his omnibus. Oh yeah, his hair is so a wig. I'm gonna switch earplugs real quick. Eeh. It's tight. There we go. Thanks, my ear was itchy. Alrighty, then how do I make it so that this little miserable trial doesn't end then, Well, according to my book here, you simply launch a ball of fire into the innocent side of a set of scales. Now hold your horses there, coachman! Why do you have to go and... Wait till I get my hands on you, Beppo! Oh, this is very irritating. Begging your pardon, sir, I'm going to do the same. They're so easily swayed. For the love of Mike, not you as well. A penny can make a difference between a smile and a tear, after all. I certainly can't put my trust in someone who doesn't follow my exacting standards in financial matters. Oh, really? I, for one, think it's only proper that we hear from the witnesses again. Well done, Mr. Nodohodo, you did it! We managed to change 2 more jurors' minds. We can force the trial to continue. 2 more, actually. There is something else that's bothering me about a couple of their assertions. I think it has to do with the stabbing. That's where you must strike next. So I need to pit 2 more jurors against each other and show there's another contradiction in their assertions. Exactly. You can do it. Well, the scales of justice have shifted, but they still weigh heavy on the side of guilt. Counsel, you have the floor again. Continue with your submission and examination. I love that the chairs also change. I'm changing my leaning to innocent. I would like to hear what the Slipshod's bookkeeper has to say for himself. He stuck the chap right next to him like this. Brazen, I must say. Absolutely brazen. I've simply been a game you've only played in a bit. They freaking itch to keep playing. Nice! Difference between Sianna and Amity clothes. Sianna looks cool and Amity looks unsay so! What? This is a tank top. It's a short tank top. Yep.
It's a short tank top, a very short tank top. Sianna's swinging, alright? Smart, say so to me. Jeez. Oh, it's an Atlas game, nice! What? Hey, look respectfully! I bank it. This trial has to continue so I can get the bottom of this corruption. Not guilty, I say. The scoundrel stabbing that poor man on the floor, the beggars believe. Let's do it. I think this is it. Objection. Trauma Center! Hold on, everyone. Shut up for a second, Ryunosuke. I've been wanting to play Trauma Center for such a long time because I'm a big fan of Trauma Team. I love Trauma Team. It was the first video game I ever really played. It's ridiculous. I know the entire plot off by heart. I know every route, everything that happens in it. It is one of my favorite games, and Doskipi is still the worst. Oh my gosh, I want to play Trauma Team for you guys so bad, and I would love to get my little middies on Trauma Center. What? You've got the full series! Okay. I'm sorry. I'm doing that thing where my arm. I get excited. I can't help but flap my arms around. Okay. Gosh! I know the main character makes a cameo in Trauma Team. Like the Trauma-centric main character makes a cameo in Trauma Team. I love Trauma Team because like it's so silly and like all of the NPCs are voiced by Laura Bailey and I think Johnny Young Bosch or Yuri Lowenthal. They sound very similar. I think it's Johnny Young Bosch. It's so funny because you can super tell and it's really great. I love it. I genuinely love it. Shut up, Riot! Shut up! I worked hard to make my visage look cute. Why wouldn't I show myself off? Meh! Bully me. Okay, anyway. Those two statements are completely contradictory.
What? Explain, Counsel. Post haste.
Oh, dearie me, I was only knitting a jumper for my other half.
What is all this claptrap? What does contradictory even mean, I ask you?
It's true, when you not bully me? We've heard from more than one witness that they allegedly saw the actual moment when the defendant stabbed the victim. Now, out of curiosity, juror member number 3.
What? Can't you see I'm busy here?
Why'd you stab it with your switchblade? Oh, I do foot stompies. I do foot stompies, but I mostly wave my arms. Because I don't have a whole lot of room under here to do foot stompies. I have a lot of stuff under my desk, like an amplifier. For my electric kazoo. My favorite cases were the forensics. God, I want to play Trauma Team. Oh, Naomi was one of my first crushes. It was also the first time I ever heard Nolan North's voice acting, so I was very confused when I heard him in other things, because he doesn't sound at all like Nolan North as CRS-01. Ever. As you can see, I have a thing for crime games. I like them. I like mysteries. You did the real forensics. Oh yeah, no, the game forensics is nothing like real forensics. It's a lot less glamorous and a lot more tragic. That's why I like games. It's not real. It's like wrestling. Anna does something with her feet. She will only hurt herself. Get up! Yes, we love Trauma Center. Okay. How'd you say the defendant stabbed the victim? In some sort of motion, was it? Ha! Want to test me, do you? It was like this. Stuck the fella next to him without even getting up. It was like a prim
like the Prim Banker said.
This guy's a little violent. Like wrestling? You know? It's like a really fun fight. None of the real stuff that hurts and sucks isn't fun, you know? That's what video games are like. They're like wrestling. God, I love wrestling. New Japan wrestling is really fun. If you guys ever want to get into wrestling, go check out New Japan. They're so fun. Mm-hmm.
Yes, that was Mr. Fairplay's testimony, quite true.
Now then, juror number 6. Oh, is that me, is it? What can I do for you, young man? How would you say the defendant stabbed the victim, madam? Oh, well, my dear. As far as I understand it, it was like this. He stabbed the poor man after he collapsed on the floor. What? Wrestling in bed? You're being unsafe! No! No, like TV wrestling! Like with the suplexes! Baka! Oi. Bad, bunky, I bunky you. Bonk. And take a sip, sippy. Gosh, I'm starting to get a little dizzy. Yeah, bonk! Now don't move! Take a look at these 2 jurors. He stuck the fellow next to him without even getting up. And he stabbed the poor man after he collapsed on the floor?
Well, I never.
No, I don't, Raya! Don't be yucky, no! Bad.
They're stabbing in totally different directions.
What? Bless my stitches, what a muddle! What this tells us is that there's a strong possibility one of the witnesses here isn't telling the truth. Oh, but why? Why the dickens would they lie? I don't know that yet, but what I do know is that if the trial ends at this point, we may never find out. We may never know the real truth. Ladies and gentlemen of the jury, can you really let that happen in all good conscience? Lies, you say? Oh, dearie me. Identify people telling lies! People lie on the internet?
The scales.
I don't believe it. That's my boy! Hold it! Wait! Now here is the fellow jurors. I warn you, you cannot listen to this man. Look at him in this black suit. Is clear as some devious Eastern sorcerer using magic and also. I could use magic. Do you really think I'd be putting myself through all this? What? Do you sleep with your socks on, Ryuk? Yeah, it gets hot in the attic. Ladies and gentlemen of the Polter jury, are you seeing this right here? Are you? Y'all never get hot at night? You never like, oh god, I can't even use a blanket. Ryuk, you silly goose. Ryuk must live in like an igloo up in Antarctica. Wait, Antarctica's bottom. It's in the base. I'm in the wrong direction. You live with the penguins. You must be so cold. That is my only favorite. This is the conclusion of our East Attorney trial. It was Ryuk all along. Ryuk killed Kazuma with his overheating techniques. Yeah, I sleep in clothes too, silly. This is my sleepy sweater. What? Yeah, oh yeah. Answer me this third jinx. Huh? Me?
What exactly is the problem? What of it if two witnesses are like slightly different recollections of events?
What of it?
Let's say Shylock did stab the victim when he sat next to him and omnibus. On the line, this young Dan, they sought doom. And now let's say the victim collapsed on the floor and the Shylock stabbed them again. And this old lace something to it too. Well, what's to say it didn't happen like that, hmm? Who you calling a dandy, sir? Why, I should take this knife to you. Who are you calling old? Why, I should take this needle to you. They're ready to kill each other now.
I don't generate a lot of heat, but like I do get really hot really fast. Just because I don't get too shit. We're ready to kill each other now.
But the foreman of the jury, but could the foreman of the jury be right? Did the two witnesses just see two different moments of the same crime? It's out of the question.
Let's go! Meow. Oh yeah, I really want to play Trauma Center so bad.
Unfortunately, Mr. Foreman.
What is it, you dark jinx? Come on out with it.
What are you suggesting? And what you are suggesting is impossible. It's out of the question.
What are you talking about?
How can you possibly say that?
You realize that I'm only doing my job. As foreman of the jury, I have a responsibility to steer everyone in the right direction.
I said go nuts, automatic. Do it. Live your best life.
So where is the evidence, man? That's what I like to say. I said two witnesses saw two different moments of the same crime. If you say that's out of the question, show me some proof.
I will. It looks like the only way I'm going to convince him is to present him with something he can't dismiss.
Some irrefutable
Hard evidence. The photo!
as you wish.
What?
I'll give you the proof.
It's out of the question that the two witnesses saw different moments of the same crime, as proven by...
Take that!
Take that!
this clear piece of evidence. Well, Mr. Foreman?
You know what they say about me, young man. They say I've got no powers of persuasion.
Oh, I see. I'm sorry to hear that.
Uh-oh. But no one will leave this straightened about this. You're even worse than me.
Ah! Huh?
Two different moments. In other words, the victim was stabbed 2 times.
Oh! Autopsy report. Duh. The evidence clearly contradicts that possibility.
You'll allow me another chance. I'd like to present you with more piece of evidence to consider.
Might keep it like what? What? How could you possibly favor me over Sianna? I love Sianna. She's great. Go up fun at work, Ryan! Bye-bye! Yeah. Single stop hold!
Take
There it
that!
is.
Take that! This is the victim's autopsy report. According to what's written here, Mr. Mason was stabbed in the abdomen only once.
Only once.
I would love to play the whole series if I could. Oh, Ryan always leaving with the last word, god dang it.
It's quite simple. The victim was stabbed precisely 1 time. Which means these witnesses couldn't have possibly seen it happen 2 different ways.
Alright. I concede defeat.
There we are.
Wait! That means... 4 jurors are now leaning to not guilty.
What?
Emulation? I could never. I would.
You
done it, Mr. Naruhodo. We've won!
What are you playing at, you dandy fool? Shut your trap, sir.
Oh, he's got little earrings.
No one deceives me.
We have a consensus.
I said shut your trap!
I know a liar when I see one.
And if you think the chap over there is across the threshold of my shop, I'll take that. Why are you doing that? I'll take this. I'll take this razor sharp blade and shave every last hair off his head. Oh, that's gross. Please tell me he's a barber. Buddy? My guy? Oh my god, that reminds me of this. You guys seen the meme? It's like from this like show. It was like a live action Japanese drama or comedy. It was like an RPG where the hero kind of sucks. And they come across this one dude who's like, beware. He's like flicking around his knife. It's like, one prick of the poison on my knife will kill you. And then he like licks it and he's like, I shouldn't have licked it. And then dies immediately. I think it's the funniest thing you could possibly. I'm a simple ghost.
Well, in quite a remarkable turn of events, the defense's summation examination has flipped the balance of the scales of justice. The jurors now stand for two for guilty and 4 for not guilty. Accordingly, there is no longer a large enough majority among the jury for me to abdicate. Then the trial must continue.
His cape would be longer.
I hereby ask the defense, prosecution, and witnesses to return to their places. And I call upon all of you to continue to pursue the truth. So, Van Zykes, continue to substantiate the case for the prosecution, if you please.
I think now actually might be a good place for us to call it. I'm not gonna lie, everyone. I am really not five. You know, I've been kind of fighting off a headache for the day, and it's starting to get to a point now where I'm like, what? I think we've played a good amount. Whoops, I wanted to save. Save. Let's save. Yay! All right. Let's head back to the chat. All right, let's shut this stuff down. Thank you all for your patience and your company. I had so much fun. God, I love this game. And now I have more plans for games in the future. I'm so glad. I was worried like no one knew about the Trauma Team series or the Trauma Center series that well. Because like Trauma Team is like literally one of my favorite games. I just really like anime games with cute girls and really weird stories. I just love them. Probably not next week. I'd have to get a lot of tech stuff up for that. I don't have the games. the only one I have is Trauma Team, and that's on the Wii. And my Wii's broken, and I can't find the copy because my brother might have taken it, or the copy might be damaged. So I gotta find it because I want to play that one for sure. So there's a lot of tech I will have to do for that, but I do want to do that in the future. I kind of want to stay to one series at a time if I can. Because I kind of have two going on at this point right now. Hi-Fi Rush and Greatest Attorney. But I would love to, so genuinely. I'm so glad people actually want me to play Trauma Center and Trauma Team because I want to do that. I'm so happy. I actually got reminded of some fan art of it I drew when I was like really young, and I was like, wow, that looks bad. But I was really young, so it's okay. OG DS game was weird. I'll have to find a copy. Anyway, in any case, everyone. Oh, nice, fair enough. Well, I mean, I can't go now if I can do that. I'm not done saying either way. Alright. Whew! I'm starting to feel it. The heat is getting tense. I gotta get some munch, and I gotta lay down, and I gotta get me some ibuprofen. Anyway, everyone, I have had a lot of fun today. I'm gonna try and fix my tech issue with my chat here. As you can see, it looks quite different. But in the meantime, Polterguests, I have been your ghost. ghostest with the mostest voices to do that I will be forgetting. Signing off! Mata yure to oyasumi! Bye bye, minna! See you tomorrow!
you